headquarters in New York City was a perfect scenario for diplomats from all over the world to see what's really going on in today's Palestine. The film, 5 Broken Cameras, directed by Enad Bernat, was a perfect window to show the reality behind the repression and the violence that people in Palestine suffer on an everyday basis. Nick Harper has a story.
Never before have the problems Palestinians face every day been shown so clearly. With his film, 5 Broken Cameras, Enad Bernat wanted to document his young family growing up, but more importantly, how they and their village were being impacted by the Israeli settlements. He was born and raised in the village of Bilin, inside the occupied territories of the West Bank. Filmed over a 6-year period, the documentary shows the Jewish authorities, as allowed by the Jewish government, building settlements on Palestinian land, getting closer and closer to the village. The international community is largely silent about the plight of the Palestinian people. Indeed, countries like America openly support Israel. The Obama administration considers the Jewish government an ally, and while they do not support the settlement building, they effectively do nothing to stop it, and therefore some feel ignoring the Palestinians. Bernat was invited to show his film at the United Nations in New York as part of a series of events to highlight the plight of Palestinian people and raise awareness for the difficulties they face.
It's a very small example of what the suffering of people in Palestine, in my village. We should educate our people, our friends, our kids to be more aware about the Palestinian issue and not just to get the lies or the propaganda of the government.
The film shows the peaceful demonstrations of the Palestinians and the violent response of the Israeli soldiers. The mass media rarely shows the Palestinian point of view. The loss of its territory, the destruction of its property are simply not seen. Instead, the legitimacy of Israel's settlement building is often glossed over. As such, Bernat feels there's still much ignorance about the Israeli occupation of Palestine, especially in America, a country whose government is staunchly pro-Israel.
I know that the people in United States, especially in United States, they have no idea about what's going on in Palestine because they watch the media and they watch TVs and they follow the media and they didn't watch a documentary. The documentary is more about reality. So I made this film, it's my story, and what happens in my village was related to me. So I wanted to share this story with them, with the people outside.
In 2013, Bernat was nominated for an Academy Award for his documentary. He flew to Los Angeles to attend the Oscars ceremony, but was detained by American authorities for several hours. He was only released when his friend, the filmmaker Michael Moore, explained to US officers Bernat was an Oscar-nominated director. But compared to the violence he faces in his home village, Bernat says his treatment wasn't difficult to deal with.
To be stopped in the airport, in Los Angeles airport, for just 1 hour, it's a very small example of what happens to us in Palestine, to my people or to me, everyday life. So I was, even when I was nominated to the Academy Award, they stopped them in the airport, and Michael Moore helped me. But you know, it's for me it's normal.
There's something profoundly stoic about Enad Bernat, the man who's made it his mission to show the world the situation in his village and how it affects so many Palestinians. But with Israeli settlement building continuing, he believes things will only get worse for his people. Nick Harper for Telesur, New York.